What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a title called Surroundead. We checked this out about a year ago when it first released onto Steam in early access, and ever since then it's been getting updates, and it's been developing a little bit all by its lonesome. I spent about 6 hours playing the game yesterday getting ready for this video, and I think I'm ready to give you my 25 minutes or so of thoughts so you can figure out whether or not this zombie apocalypse survival sandbox is for you, or whether it's more worth it to kind of, ooh, I got him, nice, or whether it would be more worth it to stick with something. That guy's down, okay. Or whether or not it would be more worth it for you to stick with something like Project Zomboid if you already own it on your roster. Right now, what is Splattercat up to? Well, I've kind of like geared up for a little while, and I'm sort of like at the point in my adventure where I need to start running into trees and getting myself murdered by zombies. No, I'm kind of at the point where I need to start attacking military bases and getting higher quality loot, so that's exactly what I'm up to right now. This game is an RPG, although honestly, it's a very light RPG. I actually think the level up system could be expanded pretty aggressively. But as of right now, you level up and you will get new skills and you will get new things that you can do, like dodge rolls, things of that nature. Let's go ahead, and we've actually knocked down quite a few zombies over here. Since the last time we played the game, they've added vehicles on, and this right here is my old truck Beulah. Me and Beulah have been having all kinds of crazy post-apocalyptic adventures. Beulah was the only reason why I ended up with like 145 ACP rounds, so I'm really hoping that like getting into this military base right here will end up with some kind of benefit to us. It does seem to be pretty bogged down with the undead though, which makes me very, very worried. We do need to have a gas mask while we're in this area. It's contaminated. Hey, a med kit. Fantastic. That's really, really good. I have a gas mask, though, so if you notice in the bottom left, we have like a intoxication meter, basically, like how toxified our character is. It's slowly ticking downwards, and I'm super sorry for whatever the encoder decides to do right here. Oh, good. We're level 13 now. Oh, boy. Okay, reload the blicky. I was gonna say, and you're gonna have to like hit that guy right now. Like you gotta just spin and hit. There's a lot of zombies. I'm gonna fight this one real fast. Melee combat in this game is a huge mixed bag. The zombies seem to be a little bit odd. So if the zombies pathfinding bugs out like that one right there that we just attacked, they'll just stand there and they're not gonna try to fight you at all. The game is all about, in my opinion, melee combat in this game needs like a full rework. It's just not very good. It's very wispy. It doesn't feel great. But there is kind of like a rhythm to it that you will, There is a rhythm to it that you will eventually get used to. In the see how he's like swinging right there? Basically, you want to time your axe swings to interrupt his swing. And that's the only way that I've found so far to be successful at combat in this game. Please die. Thank you. I need you to die very badly. Unfortunately, oh, these guys are all radiated as well. Okay. Well, this is going to lead to all kinds of problems for me. Luckily, I think I have some radiation pills that are going on inside my... I think I do anyways. I do have radiation pills. I got to save them till we're at 50% though. I just need to get inside of like one of these FEMA tents. That's it. Like there's so much guns and goodies inside of here, and I want it so badly. There we go. Just drop them real quick. If anybody else wants to slide through, that's okay. We'll handle them. That one got dropped. I was using a 9mm Beretta for a little, like a Beretta M9, but the M9 didn't have the stopping power. Like, I had a silencer for the M9, which is why it was so tempting to use. But, ooh, we got a CZ over here, a fully automatic sidearm. I'll take it. We've also got a patrol backpack right there. Inventory management is a big part of this game. You're going to have to get used to it. However, I am happy to report that if you've ever played Escape from Tarkov, this game has pretty much the same hotkeys. It works identical. Like, everything in this game is pretty much the same as Escape from Tarkov. We've got an ammo crate right there. I'll take an ammo crate. Ammo crate's good. Oh, it's buildable. Okay, I thought it was... This game has all kinds of containers, like toolboxes, and like medical crates and like lunch boxes that you can nest certain items inside of. And so I figured that it was a nesting item for our, oh my god, Alice backpack right there. That's pretty good. Alice backpack was like the best backpack in DayZ, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since my DayZ mod days, but I'll take that. Sure. Give me that big old backpack. Ooh, more 45 ACP. We got a magazine for a Saiga right there. A Vector magazine. Yeah, that's that big stick right there. We've also got a military container. I think that's a replacement for my secure container, I think. It is indeed a replacement for my secure container. I haven't been able to figure out exactly what the hell the secure container actually does, though, in the confines of the game as of right now. I don't know if it's for PvP. What's that noise? I don't know what that noise was, but I'm not going to worry about it for right now. Hunting hatchet over there, Raider's jacket or a Rider's jacket. We got gunpowder. I'll take that for crafting. This game does have an extensive crafting system. You can build lots of stuff. Ooh, an AUG. Okay, come here, little Augie. We got like a Mosin clip, and we got some 5.56 right there. I think I actually have magazines for an AUG. I'm almost positive that I've got a few Staynags in the trunk. So we might be able to use that. We've also got that one right there. There we go. This is the one that nests all of our bullets. That's what I was thinking, a landmine. That's probably a bit much, but a tactical helmet is good. I've got, actually, my riot helmet's better. Okay. I think it's the tank that's turned on. It's kind of hard to say. Ow. Because of the perspective being third person, it can be very difficult to shoot things that are right on top of you in this game. Oh, God. Okay. All right. All right. You're a god. I'm running away. Put the axe away, please, so that you run faster. We need to get clear. And after having gotten clear, we got to use a bandage. There we go. All better. Zombies in this game, they hit super hard. You should probably get used to that fact. It's going to be a little bit stingy when they tag you, and you're going to leave a little bit of your marinara paste on the ground. I don't know if there's any more tents over here. Oh, dude, you got to... No ammo. Oh, no, that's not good. Okay, so apparently the ammo crate is entirely not going to be helpful here because our character won't draw ammo out of the ammo crate to reload his weapon. Wah, 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 wah. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and we'll gun these guys on down. But I will say that over the 6 hours that I've played the game the last couple days, I very much feel like, well, actually, not even a couple days, just last night. I played all day yesterday. It wasn't that hard to do the prep work for this game because, honestly, I had a good time. And there's something funny about that, too, because, like, the entire time I'm playing this game, I notice things, like things that are not right, like things that need to be cleaned up and done a little bit better. We'll talk about those at the end of the video, though. But if after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, there's a link down below in the description. On top of that, you can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream on the day that this video goes live. I'll probably stream it for another 3 or 4 hours so that you guys can see it live and on the fly and get a feel for all the systems. That is, if you're still interested in seeing the game after I do the closing portion where I talk about what I do and don't like with it. Actually, it looks like we just about got everything over here. I don't see anything inside... Yeah, it's got to be that right there. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. The tank over here. Oh, the tank can have stuff inside of it, too. We got military pantalones right there. Okay. I don't really want most of this stuff. I need a compass, though. You've got specialized gear in this game. And so you've got things that are kind of like on your belt that will expand out your HUD. The game's a little bit specific like that, where... you can't see what direction you're going in. You can't see where you are on the map. You can't see a number of different things like this compass at the top unless you have those physical items on you and equipped. Don't mind me. I'm just going to drop trowel right here and put on these military pants. From there, I'm going to take back my canteen and also my lunchbox. I don't think that I really need all these backpacks and stuff. I mean, I guess I could grab the backpacks for storing more stuff inside the truck. It does condense space pretty well. Let me see if I can fit one of these in here. And if I can get one of these into my backpack. There we go. We could put it in the truck. But a successful raid, in my opinion. I was expecting this to be a lot worse than it ultimately ended up. The downside is we didn't really pull anything useful out of this run except for the AUG. So that's going to be one of those things that I got to figure out my goals here. I was expecting to like walk in here like a gun-wielding maniac just for the YouTubity doobities, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh, cool action sequence." And then I was going to get fully geared up, and then we were going to go do something even crazier. Unfortunately, I did not get fully geared up, so now I got to rethink the entire process. All right, so having cleared out my inventory, I think what I'm going to need to do is we're going to need to... I wanted to check and see if we had magazines for the AUG, but I don't have the magazines on me. They're back at like a little temporary base that I set up. So we're going to hop in the whip real fast. We're going to head on over there. We're going to rap, tap, bang it. We're going to get ourselves set back up, and we're going to get ourselves geared up for another adventure. The game is open world, as you can see, and there are going to be some fairly pleasant vistas around here. The real flaw, I think, with this game is that, like, I actually feel like the developer is doing a pretty good job given what he has access to. But the thing is, the entire game is put together from assets. So if, like, you're familiar with Cinti at all, you're going to see all of the Cinti assets that you've ever seen in your life also inside of this game. It's just the way that it's going to go down. Now, I think I set up, like, a little base camp over here. Yeah, there it is right there, over at the traders. I got a little sidetracked, but you can see my tent. Like, I've just been putting things down over here. But we do have 5.56 caliber mags. Now, the real question is, by the way, stuff in this game comes in different qualities, too. So this game does have bosses on the map. They are very tough. There's, like, raider bosses. This is very much a PvE DayZ single-player game where you gear up the same way that you do in, like, Starry or whatever else in DayZ, and then you go out to get into PvP fights. The only difference with this game is that you're going out to fight ever gnarlier groups of zombies and bandits, and sometimes when you take them out, they will drop like gold gear like this, which is effectively like named versions of other guns that exist that are just like flatly better. And so there is kind of like that sense of progression to the whole thing. I'll put my little chair down over there. It never stops raining here. I don't know what country the developer is from, but I get the feeling that he's from wherever it rains a lot. I live in San Francisco, a place that is known, along with Seattle and like Portland, for being very rainy like all the time. And this game, it rains a lot. So I hope you like it being dribbly out. That's the best that I can say. But for now, let's see if we can get any of these magazines to work with the AUG. Well, bad news, folks. I made it back to my little base camp. You can see it right here. I built all this right here. Well, not all that. That over there is a trader. But I built this little tent. I built this little sleeping bag. And then I built this little chair, and I built this fence. I'm going to slowly, like, cordon it off as time goes along. But basically, if you look at the map right now, they haven't populated everything up inside of here as of the 0.8. But I think the first time we played the game, all there really was on the map was, like, this little southern area. Like this New Richard or whatever down here, or New Richland or whatever. I don't know. It's been a while since I played last, but I definitely remember there was only kind of like 1 or 2 areas the last time we played. The map has been fleshed out over the last year. They've added a lot of stuff that I still have not had a chance to visit yet. But back to the point that I was talking about, unfortunately, the AUG is not going to help us too much here. None of the magazines that I have for 5.56 fit the AUG, so, you know, just DayZ things. Those of you that have played DayZ will understand that sadness and that feeling of thinking that you just picked up something awesome, but you didn't just actually pick up something awesome. Let's go ahead and we'll rock some of these zombies over here. We'll check out this little construction zone and just see if there's anything useful that we can pick up. Combat in this game is basically a rhythm. It's kind of like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you hit the enemy, you will stop their attack and cancel it out, and you could basically stun lock them forever. That being said, if the enemy hits you and your timing gets off, they can absolutely stun lock you too. I would use melee only so much as you have to before you can swap to like permanently using guns, because I found the melee in this game to be really bad and really unsatisfying. The cursor is not properly lined up, so for example, all of your attacks are like way to the left of where the actual reticle is showing right now on the screen. Like, you see how he was way off to our left? That's just kind of like the tip of the iceberg. From there, it's sort of like wispy. It doesn't feel super good to hit the enemy. It doesn't feel like there's any greater prevailing strategy other than counting like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in your head as you smack them. We got a ceiling light. I'll take a Molotov cocktail, I guess. Never thrown a Molotov cocktail. That's pretty awesome. I definitely enjoyed it. That was super rad. I enjoyed every single minute. Huh. All right, well, I guess I've used a Molotov cocktail now. It was very crackly and poppy. Is there anything? Oh, another chain link fence. Nice. I can use that to build out my base. This is like one of those things about this game. I've got this crate over here. I swear to God, this toolbox is the best thing I ever picked up. It keeps all my crafting materials inside of it so that like they don't take up my inventory. And there's so many crafting materials in this game because there's a bunch of crafting that you can do. So you've got crafting benches, you've got campfires. I actually need to build a campfire over at my little base over there so that I can cook food and whatnot. Ooh, a Mosin. Okay. The question is, I don't know, what bullets does the Mosin use in this game? 7.62, really? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that works out then. I thought it was going to be like the whatever. Whatever the Mosin bullet is in Tarkov, man. The one, the OT54R or whatever it is. But it looks like it just uses 7.62 standardized in this one, like OT39, so I think we should be good. I've got some of that. I have that right now, actually, in my truck. I've also got 2 Mosin clips, like the stripper clips or whatever. I've got those in there, so it doesn't look like there's a way to get up to the top floor. Sometimes there's, like, a little bit of exploration to be done. Oh, there's a bunch of goodies in the back of that truck. I almost walked right past it. All right, boys. Let's dance, fancy man. If you're trying to minimize the chance that enemy zombies are going to hit you, just circle strafe while walking right. That's pretty much it. Like go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in your head and swing on the 3 while circle strafing right. And everything will work out. There is an alternate targeting method that the game has baked in the options. However, oh wow. Okay, well we found all the guns in the world. And all the magazines in the world, too. And an ACOG, so that's kind of nice. We got to figure out how we're going to hike all this stuff out of here, which I'm not super sure of. I would definitely like to... Okay, I'll put that in my safe container. We'll put you right there. There's nothing in the backpack. Anything else in the back of the truck over here? 2945 ACPs. I'll take that. And a Vector drum mag, so that's pretty sick. That's like, what, the 50-rounder? Oh, it's a square. Huh. Okay. Inventory Tetris. I definitely want it, though. So there it is. Okay, well, now we've got options. The downside is this game has Diablo-style loot, almost. Not Diablo-style loot, but guns have varying grades, from brown all the way up to, like, golden. These are both brown variants of these guns right here, which means they're not very good. So, like, if you look at our AUG right here, it does 28 damage per shot, and it's got 112 headshot damage. This guy's got 19 and 94. So, unless you're really, really raring to rip-roar off some 5.56s, I don't know if that's going to be worth it. All around the map, there are going to be traders later on in development in the roadmap. Here, a helicopter. Or is that these guys' generator? Oh, it's these guys' lamp generator. Okay, I was like, I thought I heard a helicopter. All over the map, there are traders. They sometimes have useful stuff, so they will restock every few days. You can sell them things that you find around the battlefield. I don't know if you can actually physically upgrade and repair weapons yet. That may be worth investigating, because I did see a ballistics table in my available crafting. And so it's possible that I might be able to upgrade some of this stuff. I was really hoping this guy would have... Yeah, I'll take all of these. Like, seriously, I'll take all of your 45 caliber rounds. I don't care. Charge me whatever you want for them. It's irrelevant to me. I'm just going to sell you a bunch of nonsense that you don't need anyways. But later on in the roadmap, it's planned that these guys are going to have quests. They're going to send you out on, like, Tarkov-style tasks to, like, go to a place and do a thing. That will ultimately culminate in boss fights and things of that nature. Not implemented yet, and so I know how it sounds when I say things like, they are planning on implementing this, they are planning on implementing this, so on and so forth, and it's not actively in the game right now. But in the case of this game, I would actually say that I kind of have faith that it's going to happen. This developer is knocking out, like, his roadmap at a shocking rate, and while a huge number of the things in this game are like super janky and like weird. That having been said, they are churning through content updates very quickly with this title. I'm gonna go ahead and just put you down right there. There we go. Fence gets a little bit longer. This is gonna be a long process, but like I'm slowly collecting fences so that I can fence off my little area and have like a gate and like a guard tower. I don't know if I'll ever need it. I don't know if it's going to be particularly relevant, but here we are. I've got my Mosin all nice and locked and loaded. This is the short Mosin. This is like the paratrooper version of the Mosin. That's like a little guy right there. Either that or our character is absurdly tall. One of the two. But I do have a lot of 7.62 bullets, so we should be in good shape there. Death in this game makes you lose all of your XP that you've accrued during the current level. For the sake of recording this video, I put myself on accelerated leveling up. I felt a little bit guilty about it, but like I was trying to get things set up for video making, so it kind of is what it is. But you do get a penalty. When you die, you lose your level that you gained most recently. And then on top of that, you got to do a World of Warcraft style corpse run to go pick up your stuff, if you can even get it away. If you get swarmed really badly, you're not really going to be able to do too much. It looks like we got some kind of nastiness going on over here. Maybe worth it to investigate and see what we can do to make the world a better place for all these, well, I don't know if there's too many humans left. Kind of seems like we're one of the last ones left here, don't it? I've got a few things inside my inventory still. Oh yeah, you see that right there? If you push, I don't know why. I don't think they have the physics configured properly on vehicles. But if a zombie or you kind of like pushes on the car, like on this back left bumper, you can actually push your car around. I don't know if it works from the right side too. No, it's only from that left. Yeah, there you go right there. You can kind of like push the cars. Like I said, dude, there is a lot of janky stuff with this game that needs to get fixed and polished up before I would give it a 100% recommend. But for now, after 6 hours of having played the game, what are my thoughts? So I would say that Surrounded was... I don't want to say a big mixed bag, but I will say that there's good things here and there's bad things here. Going into this, I think it's really impressive, the level of visual fidelity and performance that the developers managed to eke out of what is largely cobbled together assets from the Cinti shop. The game makes use of Unreal's lighting and really great rain effects, and everything actually was selected tastefully on the Unreal Engine front to fit in and blend with the assets being used with regards to like the palette and like the colors that are being used. Someone selected what they wanted out of Unreal very carefully so that this entire thing would feel like it was part of a cogent whole visually. So good. That's fantastic. There is also content here to fiddle around with. I'm 6 or 7 hours into the game. I still feel like there's a lot of gearing left to be done. There's still a ton of points of interest that are still too hard for me that I have yet to hit because I'm trying to get more guns and ammo together. I still haven't taken down a boss. The map is utterly covered in guns, locations, loots, zombies, bosses, raiders, camps, and it's not done yet. There's still more on the way. Once again, if you are familiar with the Cinti shop, you will recognize a lot of the buildings and a lot of the camps and a lot of stuff like that. But it seems to me that the game has a clear vision for progression, and you can feel your character getting stronger as you hit harder and harder locations in a chain. I think that when they get missions added in Tarkov style, the game is actually going to get really addicting. Vehicles were implemented from the last time that we played the game, and I found them to be a mixed bag as well. They feel very good to drive. The cars feel like they have torque and like they have weight, but the nature of the game using pre-built assets means that while you're driving around, you'll never be able to bump into a hydrant or a trash can and just knock it over with your vehicle. If you hit any object in this game, you are going to stop like you hit a reinforced brick wall. The melee combat, like DayZ, is absolutely awful. I avoid it every chance that I possibly get. It feels bad, it looks bad, it doesn't have good impact, and it's not enjoyable. However, like I said, if you play DayZ mod or standalone, the melee combat was hot ass trash in both of those games too, so it probably won't bother you here if it didn't bother you there. As with DayZ, the point of this game is to find guns and ammo so that you never have to melee again, and that's exactly what I did. And talking about guns, this game has gun modding, just like Tarkov, so you can put on foregrips, you can put on EOTechs, you can swap out grips, you can swap out compensators and silencers. There's a huge amount of Gyarados stuff here slapped into the game, and it has all worked without issue. Sometimes it can be difficult to figure out what is compatible with what, especially in the realm of 5.56 magazines, but other than that, everything worked. I've had no crashes, I've had no technical problems outside of weird car physics like being able to push it from the back left bumper like it has no weight. It's all been butter, except for one case where I had raiders aggro some zombies naturally, but the raiders pathfinding wouldn't let them get to the zombies, and so they were mag dumping a wall, and the longer they would keep mag dumping a wall, the more and more the game frame lagged out until I had to like restart it. But that was one time in 7 hours, and it was a quick save, load my save, and then it was fixed within like 8 seconds. Building and base building in this game, crafting, it's all satisfying. It works how you expect it to. I haven't had any disappearing objects or anything else like that, and it all felt like it provided me with a tangible benefit for settling down. It gave me respawn points, storage, resupply, traders, that kind of stuff. When it comes to the game's option menu, there are a lot of things to like here. This game has very highly customizable graphics that are segmented out very well. It has very customizable gameplay. You've got everything. I mean, you've got a huge amount of options, and then everything in the game is adjustable with regards to inventory, too. If you want to walk around like a bronze god, annihilating everybody and taking no damage, you can absolutely do that. You can put, like, for example, I wanted to level up faster because I find that the RPG aspects of this game don't really matter. They're you know, they aren't hugely consequential, so I gave myself a double XP multiplier just so I could knock out all the perks like health regeneration and whatnot very quickly so that I could get back to the gameplay experience. But the game does have an amazing suite of options. In fact, I wish every game had options like this game has. So one thing I did want to point out is that there's some solid, like, menu gore in this game, too. So, like, if I open up the journal, for example, which is where you do all your leveling up kind of Tarkov style with all your attributes and all of your perks. But then I take this, and let's say that I go to the settings menu right there. Your journal will overlay the top of the options menu right here and bring it out of focus so that it's, like, difficult to interact with it. Like, there's little menu gore things like that all over the place where, like, menus that are supposed to be natively in the background by comparison to something important, you know, like the options menu, will ultimately overwrite. I'm going to drink that water right there. Coming out of this, I can definitely actually see why the game is reviewed reasonably well on the Steam storefront. I think that maybe the reviews are a tad generous, because this game doesn't really stand up to, like, Cataclysm DDA or Project Zomboid. However, both of those games have been worked on for, like, a decade to over a decade, so maybe I should dial back in on that once this game has been worked on for a decade, too. However, if you've played Cataclysm DDA and Project Zomboid and you're looking for a game that's not trying to be those games, it's trying to be a one-for-one single-player reproduction of DayZ mod with a few extra bells and whistles thrown on in there, I think you could do worse. There's not a whole lot of that out there. It provides that experience in spades, and I did have a really good time gearing up and womping Zeds. So this is one of those games that, despite the flaws, I'm actually going to keep an eye on it because I enjoyed myself. I had a good time. Like, there's very clear things wrong with this, but the developer's an absolute machine. He's putting out content non-stop, and he's always interacting with the community in a positive way. It does capture that feeling of the original Dean Hall DayZ mod, which I think was the goal of this title. It feels like that. And over the last year, since the last time I played the game, I can absolutely feel and see the progress that the game has made since the last time we covered it. It's not one or two tiny little patches that this developer has done in a year. He's been out here just dropping content bombs, and the game feels awesome compared to where it was a year ago. I think if you give this game another year or two of work, it's going to be really content dense because it ate up 7 hours of my time like a finger snap. And so, there you go. It's got a lot of things to do so long as you don't mind the lack of kind of structured quests, activities, or like a narrative, and you know how to self-motivate yourself. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we had Surrounded. Tomorrow we'll have something else. Thank you for the luxury of your attention, and hopefully this video helped you decide whether or not the game is for you. I will catch you all later. Goodbye, folks.